NBC 10 Breaking News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Keith Jones, coming on the air with an exclusive story here. Breaking news, an announcement that'll reshape Philadelphia's sports landscape. A news conference underway right now in New York City to announce the WNBA expansion teams and Philadelphia's involvement. Let's listen in.
More visible or more in demand. And today marks this huge, bold step in the journey. And of course, none of this happens without years of hard work from the WNBA and the NBA. We've seen record-breaking viewership, game-changing partnerships, sold-out arenas, and a movement that is shaping the future of women's sports. So with that being said, we have history to make. I'm going to get out of the way, so please join me in welcoming to the stage Commissioner of the WNBA, Cathy Engelbert.
Thank you, Jess. It is great to be here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on what is truly a monumental day for the WNBA. And it's not every day you get to make history, but today we do it 3 times over. So it is my honor to officially announce that the WNBA is expanding from our currently announced 15 teams to 18 teams over the next few years. So on behalf of the entire WNBA, I'm thrilled to welcome Cleveland and Detroit back and to welcome Philadelphia officially to the WNBA. These are proud cities with powerful sports legacies, each one rich in basketball tradition and fueled by passionate fan bases, what we know they're going to show up for the W. Now they join the most elite women's sports league in the world. This is far more than an expansion of our league. It's an evolution of it. So this is a bold step forward as we grow our footprint, create more opportunities for players, and inspire the next generation of fans around the globe. And we couldn't be more excited to do it in 3 of the most iconic sports cities in the country. As Jess said, our viewership is at an all-time high, our arenas are buzzing, and our league continues to make an impact on sports and culture. With these new teams, our league will grow nearly every season for the rest of this decade. The Golden State Valkyries this year, the Toronto Tempo and Portland in 2026, Cleveland in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and Philadelphia in 2030. So this expansion marks far more than an increase in teams. It's a transformational investment in the future of women's sports. With more teams, more roster spots, and more scale and visibility, the WNBA is building on a wave of momentum that is only growing stronger. So this will also drive economic impact in these cities and their broader regions. And none of this happens without incredibly strong partnership. So I want to extend an enormous amount of gratitude to our new majority owners and ownership groups, Dan Gilbert and the Rock Entertainment Group in Cleveland, Tom and Holly Gores and the rest of the ownership group in Detroit, and Josh Harris, David Blitzer, David Edelman, and Brian Roberts in Philadelphia. And it's great to see Deanna, Rusha, and Janice here today. Thank you so much for coming, legends. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Jess to help us celebrate with our 3 new markets. Jess?
The cat's out of the bag. I mean, now we can all exhale. I know you've been staring at this beautiful step and repeat for a little while, but now we can officially talk about it. Cathy, thank you so much. It's more than an expansion, it's an evolution. And first up in that evolution, we have Cleveland. As one of the WNBA's original 8 franchises, Cleveland has helped lay the foundation for the league that we know today. And now, nearly 3 decades later, the WNBA is coming back and honoring that legacy while building an exciting new future. Please welcome Nick Barlage to say a few words.
All right. First, let's go, Cleveland. We are so excited to be here today. Today marks a transformative moment in Cleveland sports history and an incredibly important chapter for Rock Entertainment Group. The WNBA's return to Cleveland was a win for not only our city, but for the great state of Ohio, as this team will represent the first women's professional sports team across the state of Ohio. This day, as Dan said, and this day for this generation and for generations to come will be a milestone that we look back to with great importance. First, we want to thank Kathy. As commissioner of the WNBA, you've pushed this league to new heights. You've raised the game, as they say, and we look forward to partnering with you as we elevate not only the great game of women's professional basketball, but the business and the communities we serve. To the WNBA Expansion Committee and the WNBA Board of Governors, thank you for your confidence in our community and in our team. And finally, to our broader NBA family, led by Adam Silver and Mark Tatum, we've appreciated our partnership over decades, and we thank you for the confidence once again that you have in Cleveland, Ohio. This achievement is wholly possible based on the bold vision and the steadfast leadership of our chairman, Dan Gilbert. As Dan likes to say, you'll see it when you believe it, and his belief and our belief in the power of sports and entertainment to unite, activate, and create momentum in the communities that we serve is the foundation that has created this opportunity for today. When we put the ball in the air in 2028, Dan and the Gilbert family will have invested $1.1 billion in sports and entertainment-related infrastructure in Northeast Ohio since they came almost 2 decades ago. To our team members here in New York and back at Rocket Arena celebrating as we speak and across the entire family of companies, this moment is ours to share with our communities, and your work, your tireless care and passion for the platform we've built at REG is a hallmark and a calling card for what this opportunity means.
We're listening to Cleveland to detail a little bit about their agreement. Again, Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia getting WNBA teams in the next 5 years. We just received this hype video regarding Philadelphia's WNBA team. I'll play it for you now.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
Me.
What do you guys want to be when you grow up?
In the WNBA. Yeah.
If there's a team in Philly, would you go?
Yes.
What does Philly mean to you?
It means home.
Oh, I like the look of that for sure. Philadelphia, of course, home to some of the greatest fans in the country, if not the greatest fans. The conversation has often been, when are we getting our WNBA team? Not if. To give you some perspective on who is in this crowd at the news conferences, they continue here to talk about Cleveland and their connection to the WNBA now is Comcast Chairman and CEO Brian Roberts. Josh Harris is also there, owner, of course, of the Washington Commanders, more importantly, the Sixers. And also from a number of different outlets here, Kathy Engelbert talking as far as the WNBA is concerned. She's from Collingswood, New Jersey. So a lot of people there who know an awful lot about the city of Philadelphia and our, emergence here with Philadelphia's WNBA team. We don't know a logo. We don't have a name just yet. We're hoping to learn more from this news conference. So let's listen back in here, see when they're going to get to Philadelphia. I know they got to talk about Detroit likely first. So I'm going to bring you back to this news conference.
It's a revival of that championship legacy and the beginning of a powerful new era. Please welcome Arn Tellem.
The W is back in Detroit. Let's go. We don't have a jersey, but Kathy, maybe you can stand here with me.
All right, here we go.
You can hold it up. There you go, baby. This is for you, Detroit. Thank you. This is an unbelievable moment. This is a huge win for our city, for a city we love, Detroit. I want to welcome and thank all of our team for coming here from Detroit, from our business operations, and Deanna Nolan, my wife Nancy, everyone who's worked on this project with us to get to this point. Kathy, I want to thank you for your leadership, fellow Philadelphian. We grew up in the same neighborhood. Anyway, we're really thrilled to be here and for your belief in us and incredible support through this process. The WNBA Board of Governors, to Adam and the NBA for their support and belief in us. We couldn't be happier. It's a huge win for our city. It's much bigger than basketball. I want to congratulate, first and foremost, Tom Goris, our owner, for his incredible leadership and vision and his commitment to the city of Detroit to make a lasting impact in the lives of our young people and make a difference in its incredible transformation that's ongoing. Much like the WNBA, we're aligned perfectly. Detroit's on its way back, and the WNBA is surging. It couldn't be a better match. I want to thank our incredible and amazing ownership group that was led by Tom to pull this group together from our community. Amazing leaders. We're so proud to have them here. It shows, to me, the belief in the WNBA, and it really is about Detroit pride and our belief in this great city's future and bringing this group together. I want to thank, most of all, the fans, incredible fans of the city of Detroit who love basketball. Basketball has a great history in Detroit, incredible history. We have great universities that also have incredible sports history in the state. And the W will be an amazing addition to that sports history going forward. And we can't wait to have it back. It had a great run with the Shock. We had 3 championships with the Shock. We led the league in attendance 3 years in a row. We set a record for attendance in the playoffs for an individual game. There's a great fan support in Detroit, and we can't wait to have it back in our city. 2029 is not that far off. It's coming quick. We have a lot to do to get prepared. I want to thank also, as far as when I think about getting prepared, I want to thank our incredible governor, Governor Whitmer, and our mayor, Mayor Duggan, for their incredible support and our mission to bring the W back. They've been absolutely, totally behind this. I know Gretchen Whitmer fancies herself as a great basketball player. Well, she calls herself a mediocre basketball player, but she loves basketball. She's a huge Pistons fan, as is Mayor Duggan. And I know they're really excited, and I can't wait to see them and thank them for their support. So really for us, when we think about, just like what Cleveland said, basketball is a unifying sport. It brings people together. More than ever in our world today, that purpose is clearly vital. And we've seen it, we saw it this year with the Pistons finally making the playoffs, coming back and making the playoffs, what it did to our community. We've seen the Lions' success, now the Tigers' success. It brings a huge, diverse audience into our arenas and stadiums, and there's no greater unifying force in our city, in our country, than sports. And it is amazing to see our community coming together, and that's really what this will do. This will further enhance that effort to bring our community together. And we're really excited about that. And finally, I have to say, congratulations to Cleveland and my hometown, Philadelphia. These are 3 great American cities, 3 great American cities with rich histories. And I have to say today here, this is a huge victory for the Big Ten and the Big 5 over the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12. Go Blue, go Michigan, go Ohio, go Philadelphia. We're thrilled to be with you. We're thrilled to be partners with you. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. I thought that was for me. Go Iron, go Detroit. We're so excited. And that was the perfect segue to finish off. Last but certainly not least, we have Philadelphia. A city filled with, see, that was perfect. That was actually a city filled with eager and very passionate, vocal, and loyal fans, some of the most in the entire world. And Philly has long deserved a WNBA team, and today they finally get one. Please welcome Josh Harris.
What a great day. Philadelphia, the W's coming. Let's go. This is awesome. Kathy, thank you. What an amazing, your leadership has been instrumental in making this happen. And as someone who grew up in Philly, we're going to talk later about how we, no, I'm kidding. I know today carries special meaning for you. To the city of Philly, this is your team. Philadelphia is a city that is about sports and basketball in particular, including generations of extraordinary women's basketball talent. Athletes who have shaped the game and inspired countless others. For me and the community, bringing the WNBA to Philly wasn't just a nice to have, it was an obligation. Philly deserves the best women's basketball team that attracts the best players in the world and competes at the highest level. We have an opportunity to build something special, a team that girls across the region can root for and be inspired by. Sports have changed my life, and I've seen them change so many other lives. I have 2 daughters, one of whom is in the audience, and I believe deeply in the power of sports to inspire and uplift and teach lessons that carry far beyond athletics. Now, millions of girls will have that same opportunity. And that's why we came together so quickly, because an extraordinary group of partners knew this needed to happen and brought the focus and determination to get it done. I want to thank David Blitzer, David Edelman, Brian Roberts, Mayor Sherelle Parker, and of course, Kathy and Adam Silver, who's not here. I also want to thank my family, especially my incredible wife, Marjorie, who's sitting right in front of me, and our 5 children, some of whom are here today. Without your love and support, none of this would be possible for any of us or for me, certainly. As I look at my daughter, Hannah, in the audience, I'm incredibly proud. I feel deeply connected to Philadelphia. My grandparents and my mother lived just a few blocks from Temple University, and now I feel deeply humbled to play a small part in this historic day for the city. We're honored to be part of this league, this movement, and this city's next great sports chapter. We can't wait to get started. Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josh. What a moment, y'all. Before it passes us by, let's just all take this in because we have just made history, and the most exciting part about it is we've only just begun. So to close things out, congratulations again to the cities of Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. With that, I will turn it over to Ron Howard for some Q&A.
Thank you, Jess. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll have a microphone brought to you. We're going to start in row 3 all the way to the left. Howard.
Howard Magdal, the 9 and the next. Congratulations, everyone. Kathy, for you, the timeline that we've seen laid out here for the next couple of years, kind of take us through what we've learned from the expansion we've seen to date and how that played into how and why the teams are playing when they're playing.
Yeah, so the timeline, obviously we're very cognizant that you can't bring them all in at once. So in scheduling out, we know we have 2 expansion teams next year. We brought in the Valkyries this year, had an expansion draft last December. And then, of course, we'll have a double one this year going into the 26 season. So then it seemed to make sense to take 27 off. And then bring these 3 teams in, 1 a year, 28, 29, and 30. So we're excited for that trajectory, and then by the end of the decade, it brings us to 18 teams.
We're going to stay in row 2. On the left, Doug.
Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. Kathy, seems like we've been asking about expansion since you got this job a few years back. So is this the end of our asking about expansion for your time here? And were there other teams that were, other cities that were in the mix for getting one of these teams? And if so, is there a chance they may get a team in the next decade?
So we had huge demand, which is a great position. You know, I think someone used the WNBA as surging. So great demand for cities that want a WNBA team. I think the economic impact, the lift that you've heard from all 3 of these cities, that it will give these cities and these ownership groups and inspiring millions of girls to pick up a ball, whether it's a basketball, volleyball, soccer ball. So, I mean, inspiring. There are a variety of cities that obviously bid, and one of those I wanted to shout out because they have such a strong history in this league, and their great ownership group is Houston. So the Houston Comets were just an amazing one, the first 4 inaugural championships in the WNBA. So Doug, I would say that's the one, obviously, we have our eye on, and Tillman's been a great supporter of the WNBA, and we'll stay tuned on that. But yeah, there was huge demand, and I'm really proud of what my team has done, and the players and our teams, to build something here that there's a lot of demand around. But again, we want to balance that with bringing in, through the end of this decade, these 3 teams, and obviously 6 altogether. To go from 12 to 18 is a lot. It's a lot of roster spots in a league that started at 144 players, so we're cognizant of the balance of that. But again, looking forward to future conversations as the league continues to grow.
We'll continue in row 3, left center. Cassandra?
Cassandra Negley, Yahoo Sports. Kathy, what went into the decision to announce all 3 cities today together, especially since 2 are cities coming back into the fold?
Yeah, I think it was, again, one of these situations where we were evaluating, and as you know, I had talked about we're going to go to 16 by 2028 at least. And as we got into the process and looked at the high demand for cities that wanted a WNBA team, it seemed to make sense to do 3 and get to 18. And then also certainly to announce them all at once, because as you think about it, you'll all keep asking me about Philadelphia for sure. And we wanted to make sure everybody knew the path, the strategy on a long-term basis through the end of the decade to get to 18.
Next question, also row 3 center. Annie?
Annie Costable, Front Office Sports. This question's for Nick and Arn. When you're bringing franchises back to cities that have a history, what goes into, or what challenges are presented, what unique challenges are presented, and also what goes into the name and deciding whether or not to bring back the original name?
First, great question. I would say a couple of things. One, we will never ignore the history of what we had with the Rockers. I think that's something we really want to continue to pay homage to and build on. But 2, that was over 3 decades ago. And so for us, our city's in a different state than it was at that point in time. And so it's really important to be thoughtful and inclusive as we go through a brand identity process. But for us, we don't look at any of this as challenge. We look at this as all opportunity as we go forward. It's an opportunity to serve our community. It's an opportunity to reach out and wrap our arms around young girls and young women that want to be involved in sports. And it doesn't just stop there. It builds across the entire the community. So for us, it's one that we're going to take our time and be very thoughtful about, and pay homage to the past, but really, at the end of the day, forging something that we know we'll be very excited about as we build into the future.
And for us, really, it's similar. When we thought about the idea of bidding for a WNBA team and talking to Tom, we really made a decision early on that this was going to be an inclusive ownership group. And when we went out to pitch and bring in potential owners from the Detroit community, business leaders, civic leaders, famous sports athletes, and so forth, everyone, out of a sense of Detroit pride and belief in our city and its comeback, everyone wanted to participate. We have more people than we can have that are interested in investing in this team because they believe in women's sports, the growth of the WNBA, and obviously Detroit's incredible comeback story. So we have incredible support. And then when you look at our history with Deanna here, this is a team that succeeded incredibly well when they were playing in the early 2000s. It was one of the early teams in the WNBA. So between sensing from the corporate community and the civic community and the philanthropic community that there would be incredible backing and wanting this team to come back to the city, with the incredible history that we have, we know this is going to be a huge success in Detroit. It's a huge win for our city, a huge win. So often, Cleveland, Detroit, in particular, get overlooked by all these hot, sexy cities in the South. And I love this moment that we have a win for Michigan and Ohio and obviously my hometown of Philadelphia.
All right, our next question will come all the way to the right on the 3rd row. Ben, if you would, raise your hand.
Ben Pickman with The Athletic. 2 for Kathy. 1, there's a report out there that it's a $250 million expansion fee for each of the teams, and I was wondering if you can confirm that. And 2, all 3 of these franchises have NBA ties. So I guess my question is, what message do you feel like that sends to non-NBA affiliated prospective ownership groups who either bid on this round of teams or might going forward?
Well, first, we don't disclose our financial terms, but I'll say these are historic franchise fees. And more importantly, as Nick talked about, the overall investment of that these teams are going to make, whether it's in practice facilities and other player experience. To your question, 2 of our last 3 that we announced previously to get to 15 were non-NBA affiliated. So I don't think we have a necessary bias, but to have these NBA arenas where you see today we're thriving. I mean, look at what the Valkyries are doing at Chase Center right now. So to have NBA arenas, to have practice facilities, to have these majority owners and the investment that they're going to make in infrastructure and player experience. So, Ben, I think, as you know, we looked at probably 25 different criteria as we looked at all the bids that we got from many cities. And again, these are the 3 that rose to the top, almost, categorically just demographic, psychographic, corporate partners, possibilities, fan bases. We look at current fan base information, who's watching the W in these cities, who's buying our merch, and these cities scored high on every factor.
All right, we have time for just about one more question before we break down the set for photo ops and then some scrum interviews. We're going to go to the center in row 3, Jonathan.
Thank you, Ron. Commissioner, you're not off the hook quite yet. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer.
No more questions about Philly.
As I said, you're not off the hook quite yet. A lot of people over a lot of years have tried to make this day happen. What finally got it over the line? And for all those demographic and psychographic tests, you could have taken them too. You're from Collingswood. What finally does it mean to you that the WNBA is coming to your hometown?
So obviously my father, for those that don't know, my father played in Philadelphia. He's in the Big 5 Hall of Fame. He played for St. Joe's University for Dr. Jack Ramsey, a Naismith Hall of Fame coach. And he also got drafted by the Detroit Pistons in 1957. So a lot of tie-ins here, but why now? Obviously, Josh, David, Brian, the whole ownership groups, long-term commitment to making this work in the city of Philadelphia. And obviously, just the right time for the W. 5 years ago wouldn't have been the right time. 4 years ago, 3 years ago. If you recall, we raised that capital in February 22. We've been working really hard on transforming the league to get to the point where the value is there for these 3 cities to come in, and the talent. I can't overstate enough the talent, the women's basketball talent out there, not only in the NCAA ranks, but internationally and globally, coming into this league and being able to perform at the highest level, elite level. So those are all the reasons why now was the right time.
All right. I want to thank our media for being here and our guests. We're now going to break down the set. We're going to have photo ops, and then we will reconvene.
We're watching live here from New York City. All right, thank you. Philadelphia getting a WNBA team, changing the sports landscape in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. We don't know the team name. We don't know a logo just yet. We don't know the colors on the uniform. Philadelphia, just lost my mic there. We presume that the team is going to play in South Philadelphia. All of these questions remain to be answered. Their first season, according to Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, a Camden County native, will be 2030, so you got some time to wait. Sixers ownership was present. We heard from Josh Harris there, who took the mic, of course, who owns the Sixers. We saw Brian Roberts in the front row there, chairman and CEO of Comcast, which owns the Flyers, involved in this WNBA team now. So the league is going to expand from 13 teams right now to 18 in the next 5 years. My colleague, NBC 10's Erin Coleman, there in New York City. She's working to gather more details right now. Some of the basics here of this WNBA team coming to Philadelphia, if they're known. Perhaps it's something yet to be worked out. We're going to talk to her at 11 a.m. But that does it for me for now. I'm Keith Jones. We'll have much more on the WNBA announcement and the team coming to Philadelphia coming up on NBC 10 News at 11 a.m. and NBC 10 News at 4 o'clock.